Hey everyone, welcome to this year's Chanukah assembly. Unfortunately, it has to be over via Zoom, but please God, next year it's not going to be like this. Sit back, hope you guys enjoy, and this will be followed by a little update from the prefects. Enjoy.
Have you ever experienced a miracle? I'm talking about the kind of earth-shattering miracles of the Bible, where God bends the rules of nature and the sun stands still. A staff turns into a snake, or a donkey starts talking. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever heard from a prophet? Someone who actually talks to God? There was a time in our history when miracles happened and prophets walked among us. The entire Bible takes this as a given. But at some point, that all stopped. The rules of the game changed. God stopped talking to us, and there were no more miracles. It was in this new age of divine silence that the Chanukah story took place. When the Greeks invaded Israel, it was a time of uncertainty. We had no way of knowing if God was with us anymore. The Greeks banned Torah study and Jewish practice. They placed idols in our holy temple. It seemed as though God had turned his back on us. We were left to face a spiritual crisis all on our own, and we were groping in the dark. But the Maccabees decided to stand up for their beliefs. They rebelled against the Greeks, and something very strange started to happen. They began to win, defeating armies many times their size. Their victory was great, to be sure, but God was still silent. Had God helped them achieve their victory, or was it just a fluke? Did God care about their trivial battle? Was their victory meaningful to him? Despite their uncertainty, the Maccabees were determined to rekindle the Jewish people's relationship with God. They rededicated the temple and lit the menorah with just a small bit of oil, certain that it would go out by tomorrow. But when they came back the next day, they saw that it was still burning. And this happened again and again. For 8 straight days, the light would not go out. It was a miracle from God. The impact of this miracle might seem trivial. It didn't save us from our enemies or cause us to win the war. But its message wasn't trivial at all. After all that we'd been through, this miracle showed us that we weren't alone. God broke his own rules and reached across the silence to show us that he was still with us. That message is certainly worth celebrating, and it's a message that we desperately need to hear. Because the age of darkness didn't go away, it continues in our day. We don't see prophets or open miracles around us. We don't have a direct line to God. But we have the lights of Chanukah, the miracle that reminds us that even if God is silent, he is still here with us. This Chanukah, as we light candles in our homes, surrounded by our family and our loved ones, can we catch a glimpse of the hidden miracles in our lives? Can we see a bit of light that continues to shine longer and brighter than we thought it would? Lighting the Chanukah candles is our way of connecting to those miracles, of remembering that we're not alone, that even in the darkness, there is always a little bit of light that's still shining.
Round you up 15 times, like this, as fast as we can. And when he's done, he's going to face you guys, and not all at once, throw it at Judd, and he has to catch as many as possible. And whoever catches the most balls wins. Bailey, how are you feeling right now?
Oh, a bit down. I lost the last challenge, so I'm back for redemption.
Yeah? Are you glad to be a dreidel?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah? What do you love about it?
I just love that it's so warm in here.
Like to eat applesauce with latkes. I like to eat eat applesauce with latkes. I like to eat applesauce with latkes. I like to eat applesauce with latkes. I like to eat applesauce with latkes.
Ready? Okay.
Ready. What do I have to
So
do?
go by the cone and then you gotta spin 15 times and then we're gonna throw the ball and you gotta catch as many as possible.
Spin 15 times?
Yeah.
I'm not going to spin
10,
15 times.
10
No.
times. 7. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay. 1,
Have
2,
a little
3,
dreidel.
4,
I made it out of clay.
7, 8,
And when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play. It has a lovely body with legs so short and thin. And when it gets all tired, it drops and I will win. Oh.
Bit scared,
Bit
but
scared. You look great as a dreidel.
thanks.
Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance a hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Zephyr want to play with the latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
The Chanukah games, version 2, we have team 1 over here. Any words before we start?
No, we're good.
We're gonna win.
Okay, nice. And we have team 2, year 12 versus year 11s. Bailey, how you feeling? First time spinning a dreidel?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty confident at this, yeah.
Alright, so first game 1, how it's gonna work? Spin 7 dreidels in that square at one time. Alright? We have Sean, the dreidel master, just making sure that. Okay. In 3, 2, 1.
That's the 7.
That's going. Okay, how this game works is you got to stack exactly how Bailey's doing it. Stack that all the way up to 8, representing the 8 candles on the Chanukah. 3, 2, 1.
We got it.
Yeah, it's fine. Just keep going.
Cassie, can you pick those up, please?
Yeah. No, we haven't practiced it. Can you let go of your hand, Bailey?
That was all you.
I'll tell a tale of Maccabees in Israel, Oh, when the Greeks tried to assail, but it was all to no avail, The war went on and on and on, until the mighty Greeks were gone, I put my lockers in the air sometimes, saying spin the dreidel. Just wanna celebrate for all 8 nights, singing light the candles. Love the bass so much, we fall all night, and we play dreidel, having candlelight. And I told you once, now I told you twice, about the miracle of the candlelight. They took the field. The Roman swords, are they for real? Those Maccabees, they never yield. They charge the hit and sword and shield. The war went on and on, until the mighty Greeks were gone. I put my lockers in the air sometimes, saying spin the dreidel. Just wanna celebrate for all 8 nights, saying like the candles. We love the bass so much, we never thought I might. Then we play dreidel, like the candlelight. And I told you once, now I told you twice, about the miracle of the candlelight. And the great Messiah, every day we keep on learning. What a celebration, a great amount of learning. 'Cause I can feel it, and I feel my luck is in the air sometimes, saying spin the dreidel. Just wanna celebrate for all 8 nights, saying light the candles. We love the bass so much, we thought I might. Then we play dreidel, light the candlelight. And I told you once, now I told you twice, about the miracle of the candlelight.
Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." Going much deeper than that, think about the silence within you. When you get to the end of your life, don't get there looking back with regret, knowing you should have stood for something greater than the life you lived. Looking back in regret, knowing your heart was bigger than the little life you lived. Knowing you cared deeply for a cause greater than you. But you let fear stand in the way of your voice being heard. Fear of judgment, fear of others' opinions.
Whatever you believe in, live that. Don't be scared of the opinions of others. If they don't stand tall with you, they aren't right for you. You have good in your heart, and you need to stand for that. I don't know what it is for you, but you do. You have things you want to fight for. You have causes you need to fight for. You have causes and people needing you to stand up for them. Stand strong in your convictions. Stand tall for what is right. Not just right for you, right for all. right for humanity, right for the peace on this planet. Stand up to life. Stand up to your challenges. Stand up to your demons. Stand for what you believe in. Stand up. Fight for your dreams without compromising the good in you. You can still reach the top without stomping on anyone to get there. You can have it all while giving all of you to the world.
Zig Ziglar once said, with integrity, you have nothing to fear, since you have nothing to hide. With integrity, you will do the right thing, so you will have no guilt.
It's about living with integrity, living with pride in your soul.
There's no faster way to inner peace than knowing you do what is right. Every step of every day. Living with integrity, leading with your heart and soul, and living with love inside you. How do you know what you're standing for is the right thing? As Oprah Winfrey once said, you always know it's the right thing when in the end there is peace.
Lou Holtz had 3 rules I think you should follow. He said, I follow 3 rules. Do the right thing, do the best you can, and always show people you care. The time is always right to do the right thing, to stand tall for the right thing, to speak for the right thing, to give your heart and soul to the right thing.
Stand up to life. Stand up to your challenges. Stand for what you believe in. Stand up. Stand for something. Live for something.
Hey guys, Adam here from the Informal Jewish Department. Just want to share a quick few thoughts about Chanukah and about the assembly and the videos that we've seen so far. So what is Chanukah really about? What are the messages that we can learn from this amazing Jewish festival that is coming up? So I think that the main thing we can learn is that never be afraid, never give up. Always stand up for what you believe is right. Always stand up for what you believe in. That's really what Chanukah is about. You see Judah the Maccabee, Yehudah, come up against the mighty Greek army, just him and a small group of Jews, Jewish rebels, coming up the might, the force of the Greek nation, and with faith and prayer, they ended up winning the war. And I think that we can do the same in our lives. Look at our nation, the Jewish people, who have been persecuted, pushed around for thousands of years, yet we're still here. We're still here today, thriving and prospering in almost every walk of life. And we know the story that after the Maccabees won the war, they searched for oil to dedicate the temple and to re-sanctify the temple, and they only found enough oil to last for one night, last one candle for one night. And of course, the most miraculous event in Jewish history happened, and the oil lasted for all 8 nights of Chanukah. And this really teaches us that a little oil, a little light, it can go a long way. The menorah, the Chanukiah, what we light, is really the Jewish beacon. This spreads our happiness, it spreads our light around the world. No matter how dark it is outside, a candle, and a candle of Hashem, a candle of Judaism, can really transform that darkness into light. And Chanukah really teaches us about how to be proud of our Judaism, to put our menorahs in the window and to, not keep our Judaism just in the home, but to be proud of who we are, stand up for what we believe in, and just really embrace this amazing Jewish festival. Hope everyone has a happy Chanukah and Chag Sameach.
The slogan for this coming year is 2021, Uniting Everyone. This was collaborated on by all prefects and finalized by combining the most suitable ideas.
In developing a slogan, we got into small groups and discussed the values that we find to be the most important in leadership. We then shared these values with other groups and decided on which were the most prominent.
The final slogan that was chosen reflects the common vision we have as prefects and the direction we will be taking in the following year. We are very excited to incorporate recurring Masada values and prompt new initiatives with our new slogan in mind.
In addition to introducing our slogan, we would like to take this time to thank all of the Masada staff that have made this year as comfortable as possible. In today's world of uncertainty, our incredible staff members have ensured consistent, convenient, and tailored learning.
Without them, continued education during a pandemic would not have just happened on its own. It is thanks to all of their enormous efforts that our schooling this year was made possible. So once again, thank you to all the Masada staff for everything you have done this year.
Hi everyone! As your Culture and Diversity prefects, me and Ezra are going to be talking today about inclusivity. What that means and how we can take both individual and collective responsibility to be more inclusive. Inclusivity basically means to include everyone, in everything. As a school, we can aim to give everyone a sense of belonging, to make sure that everyone feels seen and heard. Connection to others is a basic human need, and no matter who you are or what your strengths or weaknesses are, it's our responsibility to ensure that no one feels left out.
We have attached a short video from the Choice Foundation that we think highlights how important it is for everyone to belong. We hope that this gives you the chance to reflect on how you can be more inclusive at school. The Choice Foundation slogan, "Nothing is impossible," serves as a reminder that you can make the effort to help make someone's day brighter and help make them feel included. Thank you.
Ready?
Ready? I'm ready.
Cut.
No cutting. We're rolling. On the other side of that camera is a whole lot of people that are watching you right now. What would you like to say to them?
Hello.
And what do you want them to know, Miller?
I'm a girl.
That I'm kind and funny and amazing.
What does it mean to you to have Down syndrome?
I love it, and it's so annoying.
Why?
When someone treats me like one.
I'm not just someone who has a disability. I do understand a lot.
Do you understand what I'm saying right now?
Yes.
Do you think it's important to fit in, or do you think it's important to be different?
Important to fit in.
I do not want to be excluded.
How does it feel when you get excluded?
Annoyed.
Don't make me feel like a bad guy.
There's a lot of people out there who are really looking to have friends, and I really want to be one of those people who do have friends.
I'm your friend, Mike's.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like other people's.
You want more friends?
Yeah.
And you can see how friends change your life, you know, when someone gives her the opportunity and the chance to talk and to get to know her. It's everything.
This is our normal, this is our family, this is love.
Everybody's different and you should respect that.
It's been so important for me to have people look at my brother the same way that they would anybody else.
Do you like it when people come up and say hello to you?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Happy.
It makes me feel proud.
And you're pretty awesome, aren't you?
Yeah.
This is what I am.
Awesome.
So you want them to think you're awesome?
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome if Nikki would have the same opportunities that we did.
We're never going to give up, are we? We're going to keep fighting, yeah? Because what are we? We're a
team.
That's right, we're a team. We're a team.
And then you want them to know that you understand that you deserve a chance to be listened to and a chance to say something.
Yes.
I think that's pretty important.
Yes, it is.
Thanks a lot for showing this.
The lot comes in at 7:30 and goes out at 8:31. In this week's Parsha Vayetze, we learn about how Jacob had to work for years for his father-in-law before he could marry Rachel. The Torah states, So Jacob worked 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed to him a few days because of his love for her. Some of the commentaries note that this appears to be the reverse of what we usually experience. Being separated from someone one loves makes each day of separation feel like an eternity. How could it be that Jacob's love for Rachel made 7 years seem like just a few days?
To try and understand this mindset, a commentator brings up a situation which he encountered. A young man was recovering from an addiction to alcohol. He had become dependent on it, and the thought that he could never drink again was intolerable. When he joined the Fellowships of Alcoholics Anonymous, he was told not to focus on the rest of his life, but to deal with just this day. It is not, as he says, it is not impossible for you to abstain from drinking just today, is it? Then focus only on what you must do today. There is nothing you can do today about tomorrow's sobriety, so there is no point in contemplating it. The same principle applies to our everyday lives. We all have what Judaism would call the Yetzer Hara, or the evil inclination, which tries to convince us that we are not capable of achieving our very best, and therefore putting effort into our lives, into ourselves, is a waste of time. New Year's resolutions are a perfect example of this concept, when we try to achieve something seemingly unattainable, like going to the gym every day for the next year. However, the common mindset when making such resolutions is to completely abort the idea, because we conceive ourselves that it is simply not possible after just a few setbacks. It is here that the Yetzer Hara asks, why fight a long losing battle? Hence leading many to give up all hopes and expectations. In order to properly achieve what we want, we should respond to this thought process with the idea that we don't have to deal with the rest of our lives today. If I can achieve what I want to today, then that is enough. Tomorrow I can deal with the challenges that will be faced then.
The translation of the verse given before was the simplified version, while the literal translation is not they seemed to him a few days. Rather, the word achadim means single days. The delay of 7 years for Jacob to get to marry Rachel would have been very difficult to manage. Jacob therefore did not think of 7 years, but took each day as it came. He could tolerate the deprivation today, and that was all that was necessary. This is an important lesson for us. It is commonplace for people to make New Year's resolutions, and these are soon broken. The reason for this is that a full year of undertaking the task is too much to commit to. One should resolve, I will not lose my temper today, or I will go to gym today, or I will be kind to my siblings today. Considering challenges day by day makes them much more manageable, and therefore achieving our long-term goals much easier. This lesson can be applied to every aspect of life. Whenever we feel overwhelmed by work or life in general, it's always good to take a step back and ask ourselves, what's my next step?
Hey everyone, as the sports prefects, we would like to run you all through a summary of Masada Sport in Term 4. We've had a lot to cheer about regarding our touch footy team and some incredible individual efforts and achievements that we will be acknowledging today.
Starting off with arguably Masada's proudest team sport achievement in many years is the Year 7-8 Oztag team. Recently, a group of Year 7 and 8 boys decided to put a team together to compete in the JDS Oztag Trophy, where Masada comes up against all the big Jewish schools in Sydney. The Masada team arrived at Queen's Park not even imagining what they would accomplish.
By the end of the day, the team had played all the other schools and had not lost a game. They moved on to the final believing the trophy could actually be theirs and would come up against Emmanuel. Masada breezed through the final, beating Emmanuel 4-2 and bringing back the JDS trophy to a very proud school. We would like to congratulate the Year 7-8 Oztag team on an awesome achievement that very few Masada teams in the past have been able to achieve. We would also like to thank the coaching team consisting of Ms. Easterbrook, Ms. Kirkpatrick and Mr. Tate.
We would now like to acknowledge some very impressive sporting achievements that have been accomplished by some of our Masada students. Earlier this term, Sam Golden competed in the New South Wales Cross Country Championships, running a personal best of 13.28 for the 4-kilometre race. This incredible time makes Sam eligible for the Nationals. However, the event has been cancelled due to COVID-19. We would like to congratulate Sam on this magnificent achievement.
On Monday, Teresa Signos competed in an international gymnastics competition. She was required to film her routine and submit it for judging. She competed against athletes from all over the world, including from the USA, Korea, Spain, and Mexico. We would like to congratulate Teresa on achieving second place in this competition.
This year, Elvis Chung in Year 11 has been playing tennis with the Hornsby-Ku-ring-gai District Tennis Association. After some very good results, and Elvis playing in some very good form, he reached his first final towards the end of September. Although Elvis did not win in the final, being announced runner-up in his first final was a massive accomplishment, and Elvis's attitude throughout has been incredible.
We are all very proud of our sporting achievements, and we hope next year the COVID restrictions are reduced and our sporting opportunities can be increased.
Hello everyone! I'm sure at this point you guys know us well enough, so let's dive straight in for our topic today.
We've noticed quite a few misconceptions around the value of art, and so we decided to try to clear that up.
As you can see, art is not confined to gallery space or artist studio. Art extended past that, crossing boundaries, fields, and professions. Art makes its home in advertising, architecture, clothing, toys, movie, politics, and many more fields.
What makes art unique is the depth of its inherently subjective nature, where each person will take a different meaning and connect and react differently to the same artwork.
This is why art is important and valuable to us. It has the ability to unite and divide, raise awareness, making political statements, and challenge cultural ideas. We would like to show you a short video explaining a well-known artist synonymous with both streetwear, street art, and pushing boundaries.
It inspired Kim Jones's first Dior campaign and is in the collections of A$AP Ferg, Travis Scott, Justin Bieber, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West. It took the form of 2 dissected companions in Drake's Tootsie Slide video. These figures retail for $6,000 though have recently fetched around $50,000 to $100,000 at auction. The companion's influence on popular culture is seemingly endless. The figure took over the long-standing Moon Man trophies for the 2013 MTV VMA Awards.
This is amazing.
In the past 2 decades, KAWS Companion has swiftly cemented its reputation as a must-have collectible on par with Mickey Mouse. What started out as a limited run on 8-inch toys is now an undeniable mainstay in the art industry and beyond. Behind the Hype, KAWS Companion. KAWS first introduced the Companion in 1999 as a toy figure with Japanese brand Bounty Hunter, with gloves, lanky arms, a squat form, and KAWS unmissable XX eyes. They were produced in an edition of 500 and sold out almost immediately. Since then, the popularity of the Companion has skyrocketed and led to collaborations with some of the most reputable brands in the world, including Uniqlo, Nike, Jordan Brand, and Your Home.
It's fun for me to be able to sort of float between different worlds and different sort of ways that my work could disseminate to people, and I like the challenge.
While Companion shares some elements with the artist's existing cartoon characters such as Bendy, Chum, KAWS Bob, Kerfs, and the Kimpsons, the Mickey Mouse-inspired Companion character is his most iconic. Some of the earliest Companion figures were sold under KAWS's original fake online shop and brick-and-mortar store in Tokyo, Japan. The current series of toys is produced by the Japanese toy company Medicom, standing at about 11 inches tall and made from vinyl. Originally released at KAWS's retrospective at the Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth in 2016, they were the first KAWS figures made since the original fake store closed in 2013. These were the first lineup of toys in an open edition to be shipped out to select boutiques and museum affiliate shops. KAWS also rolls out these products in limited units which make them difficult to obtain, but amplify desirability. For instance, back in May 2017, the Museum of Modern Art in New York City sent out a widespread email announcing that it had limited supplies of the $200 KAWS Companion figure, which was available for sale in its stores and online. The response was so dramatic that the museum website crashed and was down for hours. KAWS has released several limited edition lines of the Companion, including a 4-foot-tall version that costs tens of thousands of dollars, and even 10-foot-tall statues made of fiberglass, but draped in rubberized paint to emulate the exterior and texture of the toys. In 2007, KAWS did a limited edition Darth Vader Companion for the 30th anniversary of Star Wars, and followed up with a Stormtrooper version as well as a Boba Fett variant. Apart from editions and collaborations, the Companion character has been the focus of many of KAWS's exhibitions with large-scale installations. In 2010, he built an enormous fiberglass statue of a weeping companion on the grounds of Aldrich Contemporary Art Museum, and floated a 40-foot companion balloon down 5th Avenue during the 2012 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. He also took an enlarged version of the character on a world tour with his Cause Holiday project to locations in Taipei, Hong Kong, Virginia Beach, as well as the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. Recently, the artist launched augmented reality versions of the companion for fans to download and use at any location. While the companion is one of the most sought-after figures around, many in the fine art world still criticize the legitimacy of art toys. But these collectible pieces offer a way for people to become more involved in contemporary art. They're affordable, space-friendly, and affiliated with pop culture. These figures aren't just for purchase, they also have fluctuating prices that will appreciate over time. This inspires some of the world's largest collectors to fill their homes with this figure, further propelling the companion to iconic heights. Behind the Hype, Cause Companion.
Hopefully we have broadened your horizons and understanding of art today, but if not, that's okay too.
Just before you go, there's an exciting exhibition coming up at both the Art Gallery of New South Wales and the Museum of Contemporary Art.
These include Lindy Lee's Moon in a New Drop, Streeton, the Archibald Wynne and Solomon Prizes, and Anywhere But Here MCA Primavera acquisitions.
This will be a great place to go and visit in the holiday with some friends, and it's easy to maintain social distancing.
Thank you all for watching and have a great weekend.
Hi, we are your social action and charity portfolio, and this coming year, our main goal is to really emphasize awareness, attention, and to overall be more mindful of others. To ultimately enlighten the Masada spirit in generosity and making a difference larger than ourselves within the greater community. As our slogan states, 2021, uniting everyone.
If you do wish to do a fundraiser or charity of some sort, please come speak to Justin and I. As many of you know, the prefects ran City to Surf Walpole Jewish Hospital, and we raised a total of $3,237. Thank you all so much for the support. Now on to Ruth Guth, who is a representative from Walpole Jewish Hospital.
Hi, I'm Ruth Guth. I'm the Community Partnership Officer at Walpole Hospital. That won't mean much to you. I'm in charge of various programs that we have, and I'm also in charge of the Yiddishkeit of the hospital, so that's a really good fit for me. Walpole Jewish Hospital is the only not-for-profit Jewish hospital in Australia. Some people think there's a Jewish hospital in Melbourne because it shares the same name as your school, Masada, but it's not a Jewish hospital. Walpole is a specialist medical and rehabilitation hospital set in the quiet tree-lined streets of Woollahra in Sydney's eastern suburbs. Since opening its doors on its present site in 1961, Walpole has become one of Sydney's leading private hospitals. We provide rehabilitation, medical and palliative care of the highest quality to the general community in a framework of Jewish culture, religious and dietary requirements. All 57 rooms within the hospital are private and exceptionally well equipped, offering a modern ensuite, the latest nurse call and telephone systems, air conditioning, internet and entertainment facilities. An outdoor terrace and landscape garden provide areas for visits, relaxation and reflection. Everyone is welcome at Walpole Jewish Hospital. We are a Jewish community hospital that stays true to our founders' principles of dignity, compassion and high quality care. Walpole is a Jewish hospital and welcomes all people regardless of religion or creed. Rabbis from a number of different synagogues visit the hospital regularly, except during times of COVID. We haven't had this happen since March. And they regularly offer religious counsel, advice and assistance. They can be called by patient if the patient wants a rabbi to come, but the rabbi can't come and visit all the Jewish patients in the hospital. Patients are able to request their own rabbi or minister of any other religion to come and visit them. Now, what makes Walpole a Jewish hospital? First of all, the kitchen. All food is prepared with the advice of our consultant dietitian and is strictly kosher. We're under the KA. Shabbat and all Jewish festivals are celebrated with traditional foods and special events. And that's something that has changed during COVID, because we always have a concert right before a Jewish festival to bring the spirit of the festival to the patients who are unfortunately in hospital, and we haven't been able to do that since March. But during Sukkot, we had a concert by filming Rabbis Niasov, the two of them, who are both cousins, in their home, in one of their homes, and then we showed that concert on the TV in every patient's room on a designated channel at a designated time, and it was very, very special. The first concert we've had since Chanukah. What else makes the hospital Jewish is that we have a Jewish library, We have Moshe, a statue of Moshe sitting on top of the Jewish library, and we have prayer books, we have a Jewish section, and we have a section on Judaism, and we have a section on Israel. And also, when you walk into the reception at Walpa, we have beautiful stained glass artwork on 2 walls of reception, and this is about the story of Bereshit in the beginning. And generally, we follow the Jewish calendar. And I have to say that all the non-Jewish patients in the hospital, of whom there are more than Jewish, really find it a privilege to learn about Judaism and be part of a Jewish hospital. And they always say that when they come through the doors, they feel it is a very different place and they feel they've come home. And that's the non-Jewish patients. So we're very proud of that.